they have all these dApps and they're doing all these transactions. Well, if only 2 servers, 3 servers, 4 servers, 4 companies are controlling your entire experience, and none of that is actually running, or very little is actually running on the underlying blockchain infrastructure, how is that any different from Amazon or Rackspace or DigitalOcean or any of these other guys? Honestly, you're just putting a different coat of paint on it, and you've moved the goalposts. The goalposts for Cardano were always saying, how do you build truly decentralized things? And what collection of research and incentives and mechanisms do you need that you keep the system decentralizing over time in the experience? And yes, there are consequences to that. For example, Daedalus is a server. You guys complain about it a lot. And you say, oh, it's so slow. It's so slow. All these other guys, it's so fast. Yeah, it's real fast when it's centralized. It's not so fast when it's decentralized. So how do you make something that's fundamentally decentralized faster? That's a huge engineering challenge. It requires an enormous amount of work and a lot of engineering and thought. But when you do, everybody who has it is actually running a server. So there's a little bit of that. And of the centralized stuff, how do you build a model where even though somebody else is doing something for you, you can check their work. You can preserve inclusive accountability. It's a very big challenge as well. It's something interesting to think about. So think for yourselves and really take a step back and try to understand what's going on. There's a lot of Dunning-Kruger in this industry where people seem to think they're domain experts and they got it all figured out. And the only metric they care about is price. So price high, you're doing a good job. Price low, you're doing a bad job. Guys, share price of Google is pretty high. Doesn't necessarily mean that's a decentralized experience, right? So you have to take a step back and all these things and say, what are we really trying to achieve? It is pretty shitty and sad if all we get after all this is said and done is just a rehash of Web 2, but now it's even slower and more expensive because it's got some weird blockchain infrastructure behind it. But 5 guys basically get to decide the whole thing, and you can be deplatformed at any time. To the alliances like the DeFi Alliance and the emerging NFT Alliance, these other things, we have to create standards where we preserve decentralization, inclusive accountability, and the user is aware of that and they're party to that. And you authenticate things like an NFT standard on Cardano as those emerge and materialize. Yeah, we should probably put a hash of all the stuff that we're trying to create property around, as well as legal nexus and a litany of other things. Okay, so our standards have to evolve faster and our protocols have to evolve faster. That's the great challenge of governance. And if you put all these things together in the right way, scalability, interoperability, and sustainability, you end up getting an ecosystem that doesn't suffer from what we've seen happen in the Ethereum ecosystem, which is brilliant but flawed. That's what I'm after, and that's what you guys are after, I hope. That's the point of the Cardano project. So I hope that this gives you guys some food for thought. I included the link to the blog post if you didn't want to listen to me reading it in the description. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.